honestly, with the way that everything is going, my channel is starting to become a fucking Drake and Kendrick beef watch. Like, I remember I was originally going to make a video, like, when all this first started to go down, but I was like, I'll just keep making videos about it, so I'm not going to bother just yet. But since a few days ago, all I've been posting is fucking Drake and Kendrick beef, and I mean, how could I not? I go on my fucking Twitter timeline, and I swear to God, 90% of my timeline on Twitter is just about the Drake and Kendrick beef. There's nothing else going on in the world. Even if there is, no one gives a fuck, bro. I haven't seen nothing about fucking Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, and Russia. None of that shit. No one's giving a fuck about any of that for ages. All that's been my timeline is Drake and Kendrick beef. And today, we got more fucking shit that has come out about this. Because today, it's kind of escalated a bit. And it may have gone maybe a little bit too far. So all these posts here are all from the same Twitter page, because they are like a rap page, and they've been covering this story, which has been really great. So give them a follow on Twitter if you'd like to, I guess. But they originally posted late last night, actually, when all this first like started to come out, and it wasn't until like today that we actually found out what really like happened, and yeah, basically the whole entire details about what happened. So 2 a.m, I'm not sure. I think it would be like, because this right here on the timeline of Twitter, this is my time, Australia. So this is like May 7th, yesterday. So I'm guessing this would be like, yeah, because it says there Tuesday. Yeah, so May 7th, Tuesday at 2 a.m, police were called out to reports of shootings at Drake's house. That's right. And supposedly someone was actually hospitalized with serious injuries. And at first we didn't actually know like what the major details were for all of this, but then it came out a few hours later that apparently it was actually Drake's security guard who had been listed as the victim of the shooting. Police describes the event as a drive-by and said the security guard was found unconscious with gunshot wounds to his upper chest. He was rushed to the local hospital and immediately underwent surgery. So, you know what? As much as, like, I have definitely taken sides in all of the shit that's been going down, I wish the man the best. Like, and, you know, especially for someone like a security guard, you know, he's just there to do his job. Like, the man, obviously, if it's a drive-by, which I'm not surprised that it was a drive-by, you know, the guy's just standing out the front of Drake's house, just doing his job. He's probably just sitting there, eating his donuts, watching the camera, sees a car drive past, all of a sudden they just start fucking... and then just fucking drive off, and you happen to, you know, catch some strays for that. There's a big chance that they probably weren't even, like, meaning to hit someone. I mean, they maybe could have been they were probably aiming for Drake. I mean, well, when you're going for a drive-by, like, I feel like a lot of the time, especially in a fucking mansion, like if you're trying to target someone, like, if it's in the hood, and you're targeting someone, they have, like, a small house, then, yeah, fair enough, you're, like, trying to kill them. But, I mean, a drive-by for a mansion, but yeah, you're gonna hit shit. Like what the fuck do you think you're gonna do? So I reckon it was just more of like an intimidation thing as well. I also saw this tweet come out, speculating about how, like, apparently Weeknd's manager Cash XO's mansion in Keno, I don't know where the fuck that is, was shot at last week, and a security guard was hit. And then this morning, yesterday, a security guard outside of Drake's Toronto mansion was shot, and supposedly, you know, that OVO and EXO are actually at war, and they're the ones who are beefing, and it wasn't, like, linked to Kendrick Lamar, it was more The Weeknd, which, I mean, I don't really fucking see that happening. Like, I can't really see Kendrick, like, I mean, The Weeknd being the one to put out a hit on Drake. I didn't even know that they had beef whatsoever, and if they do even have beef, supposedly they, like, The Weeknd and Drake, like, don't get along. But I mean, this is all about Kendrick and Drake. And I also saw this tweet as well, where supposedly Drake's OVO store in London was vandalized, and someone spray painted "They Not Like Us" on the window. Now, obviously, people are linking this to the Kendrick and Drake beef. I mean, the one in London is so fucking obvious. It was vandalized and they spray painted, you know, "They Not Like Us" on the fucking window. But obviously, when it comes to Drake's mansion being shot up, there's no, like, actual evidence that Kendrick is linked into this in any way. And I do not think that Kendrick Lamar is linked. I seriously don't think that he is. But I mean, there's a big possibility that he could be. I mean, it's not the first time that when rappers have had beef that there's actual shots that have been fired. It's happened many times over the years. I mean, just look at Tupac and Biggie. Both of them ended up dying because of their beef, because of the shit that was going on between both of them two. And another one that sticks out a lot for me was between 50 Cent and The Game. When they had beef, The Game actually got in, like, and The Game and his squad got in, like, a shootout with 50 Cent security guards outside, like, wherever, like, 50 Cent's, like, G Unit's headquarters were. So they got in a massive shootout. So it's not the first time that shots have been fired. But, I mean, it could be linked to Kendrick Lamar, like, directly. But it's a big chance that it's also just linked to him indirectly as well. Where it's people who are, you know, like, not necessarily like me. Because, like I said, obviously I've had biases. And I've said it in my previous videos when it's come to this whole entire beef. That, you know, I pick Kendrick over Drake. I think Kendrick's, like, the better artist. And I think that, you know, the songs that have come out have been a lot better. Especially the last two that have come out. Like, the Heart Part 6 just really wasn't there. I felt like, you know, when Family Matters came out, I feel like, oh yeah, the beef's kind of, you know, leveled out a bit. And then Not Like Us came out, and Drake's response to that with the Heart Part 6 just wasn't, like, it really was pretty fucking, like, lackluster. But besides all of that, this could be indirectly, where it could actually be some type of gang members who are maybe, like, somewhat sort of affiliated with Kendrick or with gangs that Kendrick, like, has known in the past, because Kendrick did grow up in the streets of Compton, and Kendrick's dad himself was actually in a gang. And I don't think that Kendrick himself has ever been, like, directly linked with any gangs. He definitely, like, knows a lot of people and grew up with people who were directly affiliated with a lot of gangs, and especially, like, some big gangs. Like, one of the big gangs that have, like, were in Compton was was Crips. Like, that is a massive gang, and there was a lot of different gangs in there. So they could have been, like, extend into Canada as well, into Toronto. Maybe they are the ones who ended up, you know, just saying, like, hey, we got to back up Kendrick and let's do something like this. Or it could just be some idiots who were just like, oh, you know, fuck Drake, we know where he lives because Kendrick put it out on his album cover. And even then, I think before then, I mean, Drake's mansion is fucking huge, and I'm pretty sure that if you had to search up where Drake lives before Kendrick even put out, like, you know, the album cover of Drake's house, that it would be public knowledge. I think that Kendrick just made it, you know, more public knowledge than what it already was. And maybe, like, some people saw it as an insinuation to, like, go out and actually do something and actually shoot up Drake's mansion, which, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, you got to be kind of fucking stupid. Like, if you're just some randos and it's actually not coming directly from, like, Kendrick or his like, you know, entourage of people, and, like, it's not directly linked with him in any ways. If it's indirectly linked, I mean, I feel like you got to be pretty fucking dumb to, like, actually go out of your way to put a hit on someone as rich as Drake. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that the people that did this are, like, most likely some type of gang affiliated people, and they were just like, yeah, fuck Drake, we're gonna stand up for Kendrick, let's just go do a fucking drive-by on his mansion and hope that we hit something. I mean, you ain't gonna do shit. Like I said, they just hit the security guard, and the security guard was probably just there. You know, when you see, like, in mansions, outside the front of a mansion, like, there'll be the gate, and then there'll be, like, the little box that's next to the gate to allow people in. He was probably just there, chilling, watching the cameras, eating some fucking Krispy Kreme donuts, and all of a sudden he goes, oh, that's a cut. And then he just got shot in the chest. I feel fucking bad for the dude. Honestly, I really fucking do. And you know what? I feel like this maybe has taken the beef a little bit too far. Like I said, if it's directly linked with him, it wouldn't surprise me. But this is when shit gets dangerous. Like, when shit like this starts to happen, drive-bys start to happen, people start to get injured. This is definitely where shit goes too far. But am I surprised that it's reached this level? Not really, because I gave examples just moments ago of times where it's actually, like, happened in the past. This is not the first time that shots have been fired in rap beefs. It's not, and it probably won't be the fucking last. Not for this beef, but for another beef that happens, because it happens a lot of the times. Because, you know, unfortunately, you know, when it comes to rappers, a lot of them grew up in tough times, and that's where, you know, they gain their inspiration for that type of music. And it just, you know, it's sad to see that, you know, some of them, yeah, it retaliates and it leads to, you know, shots actually being fired. But before I do end this video as well, besides all of this being pretty bad and, like, maybe escalating to a level that it shouldn't have, it has given us one of the best clips out of this entire beef of this fucking news reporter making the most hilarious slip up in television history.
Lots of questions tonight about a security guard who was shot outside the mansion of the rapper, I should say, Drake in Toronto.
But yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think about this down below. Also, Future as well is teasing that he is releasing music on May 10th, which you know is going to be related to Drake. 100% it's going to be related. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down below. That's it from me. Peace out.